Everybody, we have a big news coming from France. All right. When you mention France, a lot of Africans, they don't like it because of the historical background and how it has been, not just in the past, but even today, and what France has been doing in the west side of Africa. But good news, I think something just happened. France declares the end of military support in West Africa. We share this news on Swahili Nation Network, so head over to our Instagram, Swahili Nation Network, and check that news. It says, in a significant geopolitical shift, French President Emmanuel Macron has announced the official end of France's military support in West Africa. All right, the decision marks the conclusion of years of French military presence in the region, primarily aimed at countering extremist insurgencies and supporting regional security forces. This move follows growing anti-French sentiment across several West African nations, where citizens and governments have increasingly called for greater sovereignty and less foreign military involvement. Recent military coups in countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have further strained diplomatic and defense relations with Paris. President Macron stated that the withdrawal is a part of a broader strategy to redefine France's role in Africa and support African-led solution to regional challenges. He emphasized that France will maintain diplomatic and humanitarian ties, but will no longer engage militarily in the region. All right, guys. Guys, these are not clubs for France. These are clubs for Africans. These are clubs for West Africans. Kudos to West Africa, man, because I'm telling you the truth. If West Africa, specifically Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, did not raise up and speak boldly and fight, which, the matter of fact, we lost a lot of lives. So RIP to those people who their life were taken because they stood for their country, and France killed them. France military killed them. Kudos to you, and RIP to those those souls. But this would have never happened if Africa did not stand up for themselves, if West Africa did not kick France away. This decision that the president of France, Macron, is taking to withdraw and to end military support in West Africa, it is the result of the awakening of African people. It is the result of awakening and strong and bold position of African people. Because all this sentiment of anti-France that has been going on in the western side of Africa, it is the reason, it is the catalyst of this change. And this just proves that when Africa come together as one people and demand change in their countries, it can actually happen. Because we know the time that these coups were taking over the regime in Mali, then Niger, then Burkina Faso, we know the tension, how it was, the tension between ECOWAS and these part of the Sahel region, the tension between the Western countries and Sahel part of the region. We know how it was growing every single day, but these guys, they hold on to what they believed in. And they even joined their countries together to become one, to fight against the Western influence in West Africa. And this decision that France has taken, it is no coincidence. I think they sat down and calculated and they realized that, no, we're losing these guys. These guys, are siding with Russia. These guys are siding with China, and we are losing them. The core value of our economy and the prosperity in our countries, it highly depends on West Africa. And now they're walking away from us. And there's no way for us to return. There's no way for us to regain their trust. So what can we do? We need to step back, to withdraw our troops so that we can regain their trust again, because this is what they want. They don't want us to be involved in their business. So we're going to walk away to win their hearts again. But let me tell you this, the good news is this, that we are not going to be fooled ever again. We're not going to be fooled ever again. This is not something to be applauded. This is something that you were supposed to be doing long time ago. We kicked you away because of the colonialism, and then you decided to find another ways that I'm going to send military there in Africa to protect, to fight against the terrorism that is happening in the continent. But the matter of fact, most of these terroristic groups have been supported by you because they have heavy weapons. Where do they get them from? Where? Where all these terroristic groups in the western side of Africa, where do they get these weapons from if it's not you? So now you need to walk away. You're walking away, and there will be peace in Africa. I'm not naive to think that everything will be like calm, like no storm in the ocean. No, I don't believe that. But I think the reason of all the troubles that have been happening in the continent, western side of Africa, is you, friends. And now as you've decided to withdraw your troops away, even if you did not decide, we're going to take you away. Because we've already done it. You've been kicked away from Burkina Faso, you've been kicked away from Mali, you've been kicked away from Niger, and you've been withdrawing your troops away from there. So this decision is actually the outcome of what we have done as Africans. We stood against you, and now you have no other option but to get away of the country. Man, special kudos, special thanks to the African people. Guys, this is what it means for us to fight our own continent. If we stand together, if we fight, if we demand change with everything we got, change will certainly come. Because this is our land. Some people are saying impossible for France to get out of West Africa. But what is this now? What is this now? So let this be awakening, a wake-up call to all Africans across the world. It doesn't matter who is standing against you, but if you stand up, you know who you are, and you know exactly what you want for your people, I'm telling you, you can achieve whatever that you want. And Africa can never be the same again. And that's why we always, I will go back to the same topic and our vision towards one Africa, so dealt in peace and love. We need one Africa right now. We don't need it tomorrow. We don't need it the day after that. We need it right now. If these guys right now, they're waking up and realizing that Africa is not the same, and they're walking away from the continent, what can we do as the continent in order to survive? We need to come together. We need to have one African army. Because these guys are walking away, it means if they were protecting, it means you're opening up the doors for the attackers to attack you. But what can be done if we have one African army? We can defend our territories. We can defend our countries. And nothing will be wasted ever again. So President Macron, I think right now you came to your own senses and decided to change. And that is good. Now we can talk as partners. Not like as a former master and a former colony. No, we're going to talk as partners. What do you want now? We're not going to welcome you in our countries. What do you want? First of all, France should pay back everything that they've taken away from Africa. Just withdrawing away from the continent, it is not enough. A lot of lives have been wasted because of them. We've lost a lot of money because of them. I always say this, Niger, like more than 80-something% of Nigeria, they don't have electricity. But, you know, France, they've been taking away uranium for many years. And 40% of electricity in France is coming from Niger uranium. Can you imagine that? So there should be some payment of what they've done. You cannot just walk away from this easily. We cannot just celebrate that now you're walking away, it's okay, but there's a lot of awful things you've done. And if you know that you've done that, there should be some repayment back to these countries that you guys have dismantled them for a long time ago. Now, if you do that, now we're going to understand you. And this, let me talk to European as well, to France, people, whatever. Let me talk to you guys that you guys, you have a part to play. You have a role to play because the electricity you're using has been coming from Africa. They've been coming through the blood, sweat, and tears of African people. So you guys should push your government to actually do what is right in the eyes of Africans because you've been doing worse for so long time. And if you don't speak against it, you're part of it as well. So France, yes, this is the good move, what you've done to withdraw yourself away because we don't want you here anymore. All right. But there should be some payment of what you have done, of all the massacres and atrocities and the evil things you have committed to the continent of Africa. They should be, and you should do that as soon as possible. Guys, I want to hear your opinion. What do you think? This is France right now. We've seen also United States being kicked away from West Africa and Russia being invaded. All right, what do you guys think? You know, any opinion that you have, what do you think should be done by the west side of Africa? And this is really good. But also this means that they're withdrawing whatever support that they were giving to the Western African countries. And that's why we still emphasize on one Africa, one passport, one army, one currency, one people. That is very important for us to get away from the position we are to be in a better place. So guys, let me know in the comment section. I would like to hear and to read your opinion. What is your opinion on this? I'll see you very soon.
This is the journey to one Africa.